Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, June 10th. Well, what we see here in the S&P, we had fundamentals coming out as we talked about in the advanced video, and what we're seeing is how the market digested that news. Now, if you haven't looked at these before, we're looking at daily charts. Concept is a swing trade, which could last from 1 day to about 2 weeks, typically. Now, what we're seeing here is a green line for buying, a red line for representing selling. If you see a dashed line, it means it's something that happened earlier in the week. Now, you can go back over 10 years and see what was happening in these videos. So you'll see the red and green lines moving up and down at dangramza.com. It's a free video, and you can go back and check those out. Now, let's talk about what's happening here in the S&P. It did break lower below its sell level. I want to point out to you, if you were a seller, right now that trade's underwater. It failed in terms of getting a strong follow through to the downside. The dollar difference between the buy and sell level, I'm giving you this just for a reference so you have an idea of what the dollar value is, and that's $3,850 a contract. I'm looking for a sideways move on Monday. We see something very similar here in the NASDAQ market, and the difference here between the sell and buy level down here, to give you that as a reference, let me find that for you. Where is that? So you got both that way. It is, there it is, $2,400 a contract. The dollar difference between this buy level and that sell level in the NASDAQ market is $6,240 a contract. Sideways move is expected. In the Dow, 1950 is the dollar difference between that buy and sell level in that market, and the other dash line that you see there, that dollar difference right here from the sell to the buy level is $500 a contract. And again, we're seeing sellers as they come in to the weekend. How do people want to go home on Friday? Well, in the Russell, we're seeing continued selling, but be careful here, as we talked about in the advanced video. You could get a bounce to the upside on Monday. And well, let's talk about the currencies. I guess we should look at the euro too. The euro here, the dollar difference in that market, to give you that as a reference, is $250 a contract. Now let's look at the Swissy. Dollar difference between that buy and sell level in that market is $2,537.50. I do look for further movement to the downside in that market. Same thing for our friend Mr. Yen. The dollar difference from the buy to sell level is $625 a contract. This is cheap. Significantly low levels 30-some years ago when we were trading at these levels. So be cautious if you're on the short side of that market. Aussie dollar difference from the sell to this buy level, that difference is $170 a contract. Further weakness expected, but not a big day down. British pound, dollar difference here, sell to buy is $125 a contract. Again, look for continued weakness, so a stronger dollar is what we're talking about. The difference between the buy and sell level in the Canadian dollar, to give you a handle on that, that was $150 a contract. Again, we're at levels there. You could find some buying. In Bitcoin, the difference between the buy and sell level in that market, that level here, is $10,200 a contract. Well, let's talk about the 10-year notes. They broke also. Difference between the buy and that sell level. Now that happened on Friday with those fundamentals that came out. That's $1,906.25. 30-year treasuries, something very similar. The difference between the buy and sell level there, $3,375 a contract. Continued lower, yes, but a big day down, no. And in the gold market, I'm talking about Monday's action, the difference between the buy and sell level there is $2,500 a contract. In silver, the difference here between the the sell down to that buy level in that market is $1,900 a contract. Now let's move on over to copper. Difference between the buy and sell level there, $3,750 a contract. We're not seeing the global demand for this product. I do look for further weakness. Crude oil trying to get higher, slowed down a bit on Friday. If the dollar is stronger on Monday, look for a down day in this market. Difference between the sell and buy level there is $1,190 a contract. Natural gas, the difference there is $2,200 a contract. And here I do look for further movements up because fundamentals may now start supporting that market. Well, in soybeans, difference between the sell and buy level, $500 a contract. We just have some positive things going on out there. Further movement to the downside would be expected. Same thing in corn. Dollar difference between the buy and sell level there is $100 a contract. Look for an inside day on Monday. And in wheat, difference between the sell and buy level there is $550 a contract. Fundamentals are still bearish. Look for further movement to the downside on Monday. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Hope you found something helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Look forward to being with you again on Monday. In the meantime, take care.